Hi everyone, good day. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the components of a written summary because you do have an assignment coming up, a high stakes assignment that is about writing a summary of a published article. And although they do talk about writing summaries in both of our textbooks, I do have certain expectations of the structure of the summary that you're to write, and neither of the textbooks really talk about the form and the structure in the way I'd like to talk to you about it right now. So when you write your written summary, I'd like you to write it in a lot of ways like an essay. So you would have an introduction, middle paragraphs, and a concluding paragraph. And the introduction would state very clearly what article you're summarizing, who it's by, the first and last name of the author, and the title of the author, and what you think is the main point of the article. When you write your summary as well, you want to put it in your own voice and not pretend that you are taking the voice of the author. So you want to say, the author, Joe Smith, argues, or the main point that the author makes is. So that's how you would want to phrase things. So you have an introduction, middle paragraphs, and a conclusion. The introduction does, as I say, state the main point that the article makes in your own words, what you think the main point is. And that differs from an essay, because in an essay, you would present an argument about the piece. You wouldn't just summarize what the person says, but you would have an opinion on it. In your summary, you just want to summarize what the main point is. Okay? And you may also want to note what you think are a few of the minor points or the details that the author talks about. And then you would want to go on to the middle paragraphs, and each one should be focused on one main point. So you might want to pick out 3 or 4 points that the author speaks of that you think are the most important points, and you state each one, again, in your own words, and you would discuss if the article uses, what kind of evidence the article uses to support his or her point. So whether they use statistics, for example, or personal anecdotes, you would want to point out what kind of evidence they use. So again, introduction, middle paragraphs, concluding paragraph, and then in each you would have a main point for each. Middle paragraph that focuses on one of the main points that the author makes, and the conclusion would sum up again the main point of the article and some of the minor points or the details and the evidence that the author uses. So those are sort of what you want to include in the summary, and I hope that gives you an idea of the general structure of the summary and the kind of content that you would want to include in the summary. Please make sure to read the sections in both textbooks on summary writing that I've assigned, so that you can get a sense of what they say, because both textbooks have very important things to say about what and how to write a summary as well. Thank you for listening to this short video.